So it is 5:30, and I'm going to call the meeting to order. This is the regular City Council meeting for Minnetrista, June 26, 2023. First order of business, I'd like to remind you all to put your cell phones on airplane mode or silence, and then an audience, please, you do the same. and then Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, if you would join me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So I'll start with introductions. I'm Lisa Whalen, I'm the mayor, and to my left are council members Kathleen Refkin, Ann McGregor, Peter Vickery, and Claudia Lacey. And then we have on the end, we have our Director of Public Works, Gary Peters, our Director of Administration, Ali Paulfus, and then Don Motzko, who is our city clerk. Thank you. And then to my right, we have Jasper Krugel, our city administrator, Brian Grimm, our finance director, and then sitting in for Sarah Sansala this evening, we have Christina Cruz Jennings with Kennedy and Graven, and then our police chief, Paul Falls. With that is approval of our agenda. I just have one slight change. We did our staff and council updates at our work session, and so that will be removed from the agenda this evening. And we will end the agenda with item number 6B. Are there any other changes to the agenda? Okay, hearing none. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as changed?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Claudia. Okay.
Ms. Claudia.
Ms. Claudia. Thank you, Ms. Lacey. Sorry, is there a second? Second. Thank you, Mr. Vickery. All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. And there is nobody here this evening to join us under we don't have any special presentations, and nobody's here for persons to be heard. So we will move on to consent agenda. I have one item I would like to remove, and that would be item 4B. Any other items you want removed? Otherwise, we have 4A, which is approve our work session meeting minutes from June 5th, 2023. 4C is a resolution to approve claims. D is a resolution to approve the Minnetrista Water System Improvement Capital Budget Resolution of Support. E is authorize Midsurety as vendor for our COBRA and state continuation services. And then F is approve an interim ordinance number 483 prohibiting the sale, testing, manufacturing, cultivating, growing, transporting, delivery, and distribution of certain products containing THC. And number I is authorizing the publication of interim ordinance number 483 by title and summary. And then 4G is accept the resignation of Public Works maintenance worker Jack Strauss, effective July 7th, 2023. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of consent agenda items, is there a motion to approve consent agenda items A, C, D, E, F, F, I, and G? So thank you, Mr. Vickery. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Refkin. All those in favor signify with aye. 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 All those opposed, motion passes. Just real quick, on the council meetings, under persons to be heard, Jasper had read an email, and it only said he read the email, and I think if we could just have a quick, very synopsis paragraph of the direction that the council gave, and I think we said at a future council work session we'd take it up for discussion. So if that can just be added, bring it back next time. Okay, thank you. With that, we'll move on to our business items. And we'll start out with number A is a resolution to accept quotes and award our contract for the 23 pavement maintenance project. This is a seal coat and crack fill, city project number 0523, and Mr. Peters.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Council. As you recall, last year we were going to do maintenance, but we only had received one quote back, and it was very high, so we postponed all of last year's stuff to this year, thus the increase of the amount of work and, of course, the pricing with it. For the crack filling and seal coating, we've divided up into two different projects because of the product type that we were using and the companies that would bid on it. We were afraid that certain companies would use the other company and vice versa. So we wouldn't get a really good competitive bid. that way. So we broke that up. We did send it to 8 different companies. For the crack fill and seal coat, we did get only 2 quotes back. Allied Blacktop and Farner. As you can see, there's quite a difference in there. The estimated amount of construction was that we figured would be about a little over 108. It came back almost 126,000. It is quite a bit, but with the next one coming up being so low, we are still going to fall below our amount allotted by far. So we've worked with Allied in the past. They've done quite a bit of work here in Minnetrista. They're a very good company, and we would recommend Resolution 6023 of accepting the quote from Allied Blacktop and awarding the contract for the 2023 pavement management project, seal coat and crack fill, number 05-23. I'll take any questions if you have them.
Yeah, I have a question. That huge difference, I mean, you know, if you're looking at something for a personal job to be done at your house, when you see a difference like that, you might think that the person who's giving you the bigger bid might use more quality materials or whatever. So can you just make a comment about that?
Really, it's the same material that gets spec, because inside the quote spec itself, we actually do lay out the product that we want to use, and it's a MnDOT spec, so it's something that MnDOT has provided and has done all the research on, so that's what we base it off of. I should say that's what WSB uses, and all cities do, so it's to a MnDOT spec. So as far as it goes for the cost here, I have no idea why they're so much higher. I mean, it's, you know, another 100,000. I suppose it's one of those things where if they get it, great, we'll make extra money. If we don't, you know, we're not out. But yeah, it's kind of funny because the main ones we really thought would be coming in, Pearson Brothers and a couple other ones here. Aztec, who's already in town doing our reclaim project, they didn't even have time to, or you know, openings for this again.
One of my questions, Gary, was, is this bid, should we be bidding these earlier on?
We will be next year. This year is kind of a tough with trying to get everything else done. So knowing what we've got coming up, we're trying to finish up right now our maintenance CIP. Right. So we'll have that in there. So next year, yes, we want to get this out as soon as possible. So it's one thing we're running. Yeah. The other thing we run up against is there's still a lot of available money out there for these cities to get projects done. So we're really running up against that. So, I mean, and
that's going to continue because there's a lot of dollars out there for roads and bridges. And we talked about this at the conference with some other mayors and council members. And number one, it's going to drive up the price. And number two, it's going to be hard to get good bids. So,
yeah. As you can see, we got ours out early for every thought of the construction project came back great.
Yeah.
Got to get them while they're still hungry.
Yeah. But good question. Yeah. So we've done work with Allied Blacktop?
Yes. Yep. Quite a bit. And I have done quite a bit in my years too. They've always been good.
Okay. All right. So is there then a motion to accept the quote from Allied Blacktop Company and awarding the contract for the 23 pavement maintenance project, seal coat and crack fill in the amount of $125,799.45.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Refkin. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. McGregor. Any further questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, motion passes 5-0. And next, so there was, I think you said like a $17,000 difference, but on this next one, it's like a $31,000 difference or plus. So it's really, we're going to be about $14,000 under total.
Yeah, the original total that we were estimating was for everything for the crack fill, about a little over 108. The reclamite 82, so a total of 192, and we're going to come at 100 for a total for everything 177,000.
Yeah, so a little bit less.
So a little bit less than what was estimated. So the second one will be for the were we on to that one? I'm sorry.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, we're good.
Sorry.
Yep.
So the next one will be for the reclamite, which is a newer product that we tried last year. We really liked the results. We did a test run up on the Duchesnes up there, looking at this spring and what that surface looks like. We have one area that about a lane wide, about 10 feet, that we did not do at the beginning. Looking at the difference there, it's you can really see that how this sealant really works. So basically, unlike seal coat, which we are trying again on a test section to see how this is going to do with newer asphalt, this is a sealing product that goes on so you do it within the first 3 years, and then do it every 4 to 5 years after. 3 to 4 is better. But it's more of a product that's going to add a top sealant to it, so similar to what you would do for woodworking, putting a finish on wood to protect the surface so it doesn't have the UV rays eating at the surface and stuff like that. It makes it kind of seals up the pores again and keeps it watertight, and that water is what destroys it. So there's two products. The product that we have used is Reclamite, and that's got a longer track record. It's been out there for a while. It's been used a lot down south. It's moving its way up this way. They've really proven their point through MnDOT and stuff through their testing area up there. They've had areas of it. We also had a competitive bid, which is a little bit cheaper from I believe it was Allied that was BioRestore, which is a similar product, but there's just not enough info on it for us to make that choice to say, yeah, let's do that. MnDOT didn't have a lot on that one yet, so this time next year I might be telling you something different. Let's go for that one. But right now we know that the Reclamite used by Corrective Asphalt, we know the results in that and the history of it, where the other one's a little too new, so we don't. So that's why we're kind of recommending spending a little bit more money. It's about $4,400 more to go with the product that we've used in the past that we know. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference there. So all in all, we just recommend that for this one is the Resolution 61-23, accepting a quote from Corrective Asphalt Materials and awarding the contract for the pavement project or pavement management project for the Reclamite application, project number 0523.
Thank you. And Ms. McGregor, did you have the same question here? Because if you look here, it's about 100,000.
He
Yeah.
gave us the
Yeah.
paragraph below.
Yeah.
About the specified Reclamite product, so no, I didn't see.
Okay.
And for this product too, this is where we kind of fell into this. Only certain companies do this. That's why I think Northwest and Farner both would contract these companies to come do it.
Oh.
So that's the
okay.
reason that we really wanted to make sure that this was a separate quote from the other one, because these companies, Corrective Asphalt is the company that uses this one for this area. BioRestore, Allied has that. So they're actually, these companies would hire them to come and do it. So they're going to be adding on their 10, 15,
Yeah.
20% on top of it. So they would, all they're doing is going here, okay, you do the work type deal. So I think they're kind of pushing
Right.
it through. So I
Okay.
think that's what the bigger difference is.
I have a question. Is the estimated construction cost to repair the 82,000, is that the right number? Because shouldn't that number and the 108 equal the 182 that we approved at the last meeting? Sorry. Because the whole project was supposed to be 182.
Okay, because I had it
I
as.
think it's less, though.
Right. No, I know
Yeah.
it's less. It's just a less of whether it was $5,000 less or $15,000 less, just for.
Did they do any updates, Gary, to that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking to see what she's got. Plus, it include the 5% contingency and stuff. So they had it as a total of $197,1990 originally, or that's what I have on here. So I don't know if there's.
You're saying when we went out to like the authorized quotes
Yeah.
or whatever was the estimate at
Yeah.
the time, 182,000.
Yeah. And then
I sort of remember that too. I think so.
Yeah.
But then-
We can look into that and see what the different, why it was that way.
I mean, I don't have a problem with the project. It's just more for making sure the numbers are right in the packet and everything.
Yeah, I'll even run it just to make sure everything, because once we get this, through to, I'll check that tomorrow though, just to make sure, see what's right, and we'll get back to you.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right. Then, hearing none, is there a motion as Gary stated?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Refkin. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Vickery. Any other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion passes 5-0. And I think that's it. I think this is the shortest one. Accept quotes and work contract pavement maintenance project rec. Yeah, we're done. So if you'd like to stick around, you can. But otherwise, if there's a motion, we can be adjourned.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Lacey, and Ms. Refkin seconded that. All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion passes 5-0. Thank you.